In this assignment, you're going to use the spotlight tool to highlight different parts of an image. So yeah, I want you to think a little bit about your curriculum. I was a science teacher, so I'm going to actually look for a nice big image of a cell because that might be something that I would do an exercise like this with. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to Google Images, and you can see in my location bar that I'm at images.google.com. And I'm going to look for a cell, so I'm just going to type that search term in there. You're going to look for some other type of an image. When you get search results for images in Google, you can see their size. If you look underneath any image, like for instance, this one right here, you can see 400 by 331. That's in pixels. There's about 100 pixels in an inch, so that's about 4 inches by 3 inches. I actually want to look for something a little bit larger for this exercise. So I'm going to look for at least 600 pixels wide because I want a nice big image of a cell. And I want a nice high quality one. Ooh, here's one that's kind of interesting. That actually looks, yeah, that looks like a cell. It's 800 pixels wide. So I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to say see full size image. It's nice and big. And I am now going to save it. So if you hold, I want to save it to my desktop. If I hold the control key down and I click on the image, I am going to get a menu that would allow me to save the image as, so I'm not sure, okay. And then it's a JPEG, which is great. And I don't want to put it in the photos folder. So, and by the way, if your screen looks like this, you can click on here, this little button, and that is going to expand your Finder window so that you can choose the desktop to save this thing. So it's called Animal Cell something something something. I'm going to save it. Now what I want you to do, that now that you've found a great big image, is you're going to want to go to your flip chart. So I'm going to Active Inspire right now. I'm going to go under the File menu to open a new flip chart. You may or may not see this window over here. That's called the browser. I'm going to close it just in case you don't see it. But I want you to put your image in there. So I'm going to go Insert, and I'm going to choose Media. Media can be anything. It can be video, it could be image, it could be audio. So I'm just going to say Insert Media. And then my image is on my desktop, so I'm going to choose that over there. And I got to find that cell in my messy desktop here. So where is that thing? Oh, it's at the very top. So I choose it, click Open. And that's going to put this nice big image. You can see it's an object on my page. If you stretch it, it'll digitize it a little bit, but I'm not going to stretch it too much, but I do want to make it a little bit bigger. That actually looks pretty good. So what I could do with the spotlight tool is I could just highlight, or I could focus on one area of my image. But you can see that I don't have the spotlight tool on my toolbar. You may, but I don't. So I'm going to add that to my toolbar. So I'm going to show you how I customize my toolbar. If you go in Inspire under the View menu to customize, it's going to open a new window, and everything on the left-hand side in this box is those things you can put on your toolbar, and everything in the right-hand box are those things that are already there. So I'm going to find that spotlight tool somewhere in here. Where could it be? I should probably go a little bit slower. Since I didn't find it, there we go. So the circular spotlight, the square spotlight, I'm just going to click on that circular spotlight. I click on Add, and you now see that it is at the very bottom of my toolbar. So if I click on it, you can see that I get the spotlight, and if you want to move it around the screen, you have this little crossbar here. It looks like two arrows crossing each other. You can click and you can drag it around the screen. Now if I wanted to make this bigger, I could grab the border and you get a diagonal line, and you can click and drag the border bigger, but I'm going to keep it kind of small, and I am going to highlight a particular part of the cell. In that case, it's the mitochondria. So this is how you could use the spotlight tool to gravitate over a large image and just focus for your student on a particular part of that image. Good luck.